Consistency is the thing standing between you and the life you want. And I'm talking to myself right now. If I were more consistent, I would be making a lot of money right now. But I haven't been. I struggle all the time. But this is what has helped me become a lot more consistent. Without this, there's no point in even trying, because you'll quit after the smallest friction. But what is it that you want exactly? Why do you watch this video? What do you want to accomplish? What's the one thing you don't have right now, but you want to have in the future? Because what you're struggling with is purpose. There's no purpose in chasing women or getting money. What I mean by purpose is you need a reason bigger than yourself. Whether that be helping someone improve their life or spreading happiness or sharing knowledge. But how can your impact make the world a better place? How can you stay in bed knowing that you could help someone improve their life, help them get out of depression? And I'm not saying you shouldn't want money or influence or power, because I want those things as well, but that's not enough. It's not fulfilling. That leads to greed and misery. Real happiness comes from helping someone else, not from making money or sleeping with loads of girls. And that's why some billionaires are unhappy. Having a purpose is essential, but without this next thing, it's pretty much as useless as a lifeguard during the Olympics. Because what you're doing is sailing without a compass. How can you reach the final destination without a map? That would be like walking with your eyes blindfolded. What you need is a clear plan. It's not only necessary to have a destination, you also need to know how to get there. Most people want to improve at least some aspects of their life. They want more money, they want to be financially free, or they want to be healthy, but they don't actually make a plan on how they're going to achieve it. That's why they never get the things they want. Here's an action step for you right now. Write one specific goal, not 4 or 5, just one. The one thing that's the most important to you. Of course, you can have other goals as well, but what's the main focus? What's the thing you're dying to achieve? And how are you going to reach that goal? If your goal is to bench 100 kg, first, you need to know your starting baseline. Let's say you can bench 85 kg right now. All right, you know you're here right now and you want to get to there. Now we need to know how you can close the gap. Firstly, you need to bench at least 2 times per week, preferably 3. And in order to get stronger, you need to progressively overload. And what that means is increasing either the weight or the amount of reps or sets you do. But it's not only about what you do in the gym that's important. It's also important to eat healthy, to get enough sleep and rest. It's exactly the same when it comes to making money. It's not just about the main thing. You also need to read books to get knowledge, eat healthy to have the right fuel for your mind. Stop scrolling on social media to be able to focus. Stop playing video games and other sources of instant gratification. All these bad habits are standing in the way of your goals. Oh, but Elon Musk plays video games? Don't use the one specific example. Just because he can play video games does not mean you're capable of doing the same things. If you're not where you want to be, you probably have to change something. If you want any chance of success, you have to dedicate your life to it, because there are so many guys out there willing to put in the work to get the job you want, to get the followers you want, to get the girls you want. So don't put yourself at a disadvantage just because Elon Musk plays video games. And if you like what I teach and you want to get even better results, click the link in the description and check out the one-on-one coaching I'm offering. That way I can specifically help you improve your life, because it's so much easier to have someone else's perspective on the things you're struggling with. So if you want the fast track to improving yourself, click the link below. And the next thing I'll teach you is something I've struggled with quite a lot. And I feel like this is a problem a lot of people have. And that is when you fail on your diet or skip the gym or do a bad habit. We all do this and it's completely normal. But our problem is that when we fail, we don't just fail once. When we fail on our diet and eat unhealthy, we tell ourselves, well, since we already failed, today I might as well eat some more junk food. And then the next day, well, since I failed this week, I might as well eat some junk food today. Yeah, I'll just start next week. That's the difference between the average and the great. Because the great also fail. But when they fail on their diet, they don't use a week to eat healthy again. They say to themselves, well, I ate junk food yesterday, but this is a brand new day to eat healthy again. So tell yourself it's okay to fail, but get going as quickly as possible. And don't get angry with yourself, because that will definitely make things worse. Because when we feel bad about ourselves, that's when we fail. When we have negative emotions, we want to eat junk food to escape our thoughts. Just tell yourself, okay, I failed today, okay, but let's start again tomorrow. Now the next thing I'll share with you is literally a cheat code. Alright, so I recorded the rest of the video without realizing that my phone had died. And then I tried recording again, but my mic didn't work for some weird reason. So this is the third attempt and a new day, so let's get it. Remember in school, we had those strict ass timetables. School started at 8:15 and then we had maths until 9:30 and then we had English till 11 o'clock and then lunch. We always knew what to do at every moment. We didn't have to think. Just imagine if you designed your day that way. That would make everything so much easier. And you might think that sounds boring. You want more freedom. You don't want your whole day planned out. You want to be spontaneous. You want to do this or that. You don't want to have a plan and be forced to do only boring stuff. But the thing you're missing is that this is literally freedom. You don't have to only include boring things, but you can literally design your day exactly how you want. Your day can consist of whatever you want. But on the other hand, if you don't have a plan, you'll just chase dopamine all day long and feel like you don't have enough time to do the things you want. But if Elon Musk has time for video games, you definitely have enough time to accomplish the things you want. So instead of thinking that having a timetable is strict and you don't have freedom to do the things you want, it's exactly the opposite. And here's what my day looks like right now. I want you to do the most important task first thing in the morning. What was the one thing you cared about? What was the main goal you have right now? That's the thing you do straight away. My priority is YouTube. That's why I do that first. But if yours is weightlifting, then do that first. And if you have school or work, then wake up early as fuck. Wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. and do the things before work or school, because that's the priority. So start treating it as a priority, because if you wait until you're done with school or work, you'll have no energy and you'll have brain fog and be unable to do the work properly, and you'll get trash results. And if you think, oh, sleep, it's so important, I need to get my 8 hours of sleep, then just go to bed earlier. Don't be like a stupid hustle bro, only sleeping 4 hours a day, because you'll get trash result as well. Okay, now let's design your day. Open up notes on your phone or get a piece of paper and a pen. And if you have obligations like work or school, then block out that time. So if you do have those obligations, then wake up at 4 a.m. Do the most important task as quickly as possible. Then get ready for your obligations. And when you get home, dinner, and you should plan the day before what you'll have for dinner the next day. That way you don't have to spend time and energy on deciding that. Then schedule a low effort task if you have any. That can be replying to emails or planning the next day. You should also schedule meditation and reading. Set off a time block for properly reading, because reading 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, it's not really that useful. It's better to read just once a week for 1 hour than reading 10 minutes every day. That way you get to digest the knowledge in the book properly and really go deep into the book. Unless it's like meditations from Marcus Aurelius, where you just want some quotes to have a better mindset during the day, or how to win friends and influence, and you need some quick tips on how to socialize better. Then if you want to watch a movie with your girl, then schedule it at the end of the day, because I'm not saying you should stop doing everything that's fun, but just schedule it. That way you have time for everything. And I literally have my timetable as my background on my phone. That way I always know what to do at every moment. The next thing we need to do is so important, because if you don't, you'll just be stuck at this level forever. Because the person you are right now is not capable of achieving the things you want. That's why you feel stuck. You make some progress, you feel like you've finally broken through, but then you relapse and have a bad period again. You become the old version of yourself, the lazy person that procrastinates and eats junk food. It feels like you have a rubber band tied to your back. You start walking, you feel like you're making progress, and then you go too far and bounce back, and even further back than you were before. You fall into an even bigger rut. You eat more junk food, you watch more porn, you become more degenerate and do more of the bad habits. That's because you're still the same person. You still view yourself as a fat, lazy, unhealthy guy. You don't view yourself as this masculine, disciplined guy that eats healthy. In order to change, you have to become someone new. You have to kill that old version of yourself and create a new identity. You have to untie the rubber band from your back. And the way to do that is through meditation and self-talk. And you might think that sounds like some wishy-washy bullshit, but it actually has a huge impact on us. We can literally change our biochemistry just from meditation. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I would recommend listening to a podcast with Joe Dispenza, because he'll explain it better than I ever could have. And I promise, if you just do that, it will literally change your life. And secondly, the way we view and speak to ourselves is literally more important than how other people speak to us. Because you could have a person come up to you and tell you how fucking ugly you are, but if you don't let it affect you, it doesn't matter. You can have like a shield around your brain. It just bounces off and it doesn't affect you. On the other hand, if you start to think, oh, well, maybe he's right, maybe I am ugly, that's when you'll start to believe it. Because the only way to destroy our self-confidence and self-love is from the inside. It's like the German tanks from the Second World War. The only way to destroy them was to throw a grenade inside the tanks. That's when they blew up. And the same with yourself. You can only destroy yourself from the inside because you let the things people tell you affect you or not. And if we constantly say negative things to ourselves, eventually we'll start to believe it, even if it's not true. If I began telling myself I was worthless over and over and over again, eventually I would believe it. Instead, what you need to do is start telling yourself you are the type of guy that goes to the gym, or that you are healthy. That's why you have to eat this healthy thing instead of junk food. And when you combine it with actually going to the gym or actually eating the healthy things, that's when you'll start to believe it. That's when you'll start to become that person. Because if you started going to the gym, you would make some progress, but you will still view yourself as a fat, lazy, unhealthy guy. And then eventually you would eat the junk food again and fall into a bad rut because you were still that same person. And on the other hand, if you only concentrated on the self-talk, oh, I'm so disciplined, I go to the gym every day, but you didn't actually go to the gym, you would just be crazy and you would definitely not become that person. You need both in order to change your identity. And if you change your identity, you'll change your life. This video will help you a lot, but if you're not productive, you'll not achieve the goals you want. So check out this video to skyrocket your productivity to reach your goals.